Hello everyone, Adam Jackson here today. And today I'm going to be explaining some of the Windows hotkeys or keyboard shortcuts on your keyboard. So if you are on the Windows operating system and you click F1, it'll bring up the Windows Help and Support, which I explain more about in a different episode. But there you can basically type in anything you want and it'll bring up different results. Um, So now I'm going to explain some of the more basic keyboard shortcuts, or more known keyboard shortcuts, and then move into the less known keyboard shortcuts. So I'm going to create a text document right here. And now I've named this text document random, and if I click Control, I have to select this item. If I click Control Z, it renames that document or undoes the action. So Control Z, undo. Now, if I want to keep the name random, I can do Control Y, and it brought it back to the name I had before. Another way of renaming, now those, remember, Control Z, undo, Control Y, redo. But if I want to specifically rename, I click F2, and now I can type in whatever I want. So I'm going to name this document New Name. Now, if I want to move this document around, I can Control X. Now, you'll see the document is slightly grayed out. That means it's in cut mode. So Control X cuts a document. Now, if I open up a location here and I go into my documents and I Control V to paste, you can also right click and paste. Right-clicking does show a lot of the hotkeys, but sometimes hotkeys are useful too. So now the document is here, and you'll see it is no longer on the desktop. Now I'm going to do Control Z to undo that action. So you'll see that Control Z does work for moving documents. Now if I have the item selected and I do Control C, you'll see the document is not grayed out, but it is on my clipboard. The Windows clipboard is a function where documents are stored for copying. And if I go into Windows Explorer now, and I go into Documents, and I do Control V, I have another copy of the document here. But you'll still see I have the document here as well. If I do Control Z, whoops, no. That's not what I wanted to do. But now, if I want to delete this document, I just click Delete. And it's going to ask me, are you sure you want to move it to the recycle bin? Yes. Now, to undo that action, you can try Control Y. No, that doesn't work. Okay, so when you delete a file, you cannot do Control Y to undelete it. Now, if I want to delete this document forever, I can do Shift, Delete. And now it's going to ask me, do you want to permanently delete this file? I can click yes. And if we check my recycle bin, you'll see that it's not in here. I have this one, but I do not have the old one. And if I empty my recycle bin, now they're all gone forever. If you want to learn more about the recycle bin, check one of my other episodes about deleting files. But that's about all the hotkeys I have for you today. If you want to learn more about hotkeys, click the F1 button for Windows Help and Support and type in hotkeys. Click Enter, or you can type in keyboard shortcuts. And this will give you all the keyboard shortcuts, some of which I just talked about, others which I have not, just a ton of different hotkeys that you can remember the ones that are best for you. So I hope you have enjoyed the episode, and I hope you've learned something.